And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Live Cell Phone Plan Advice, where I answer your questions about what the best cell phone plans are and what the best deals are. Our objective here is to help you save money on your cell phone service. That's what I'm here for. That is what I am all about. And we got to welcome some people to the chat who are here. We got some amazing viewers here. We got Taylor here with a great question right off the bat. Taylor, we'll get back to you on that. Put a star on that. Jake is here. Skyrim Showtime, welcome to the live stream. Voodoo 1013, welcome. Great to see your face in the chat again. V-Graphs here, bringing the excitement, bringing the energy. Max is here. Awesome. Welcome. Neil, Carlton, Joyder1, welcome to the live stream. Ernesto, AV Geek Guy, welcome. Great to see you here as well. Yeah, it's exciting. And I think Taylor kind of started us off with a great question. Stetson, assuming coverage is not a deal breaker, which postpaid plan do you think is better between Verizon Unlimited Ultimate Plus or AT&T Premium? Taylor, I'm going to assume you mean Verizon Unlimited Ultimate and not the Plus plan and AT&T Unlimited Premium. These are basically the two flagship plans, one from Verizon, one from AT&T. And I guess as a quick side tangent, Verizon actually updated and upgraded their Unlimited Ultimate plan. So let me pull that up right now on the Best Phone Plans website. Great site to check out if you ever want to compare cell phone plans. So here's what we got. We're looking for Unlimited Ultimate, which thankfully is very easy to find. And then we're looking for AT&T Unlimited Premium PL is what they call it. So we'll add that to compare as well. And we can just compare these plans and figure out which of the big carriers has the best postpaid plan for consumers right now. We'll also cover the two key upgrades to Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. So Verizon did update their plan and they made it really good, in my opinion. Ooh. VGraphs is saying that Metro is announcing a plan refresh. I'm interested to learn more about that. All right, we got the plans loaded up. AT&T Unlimited Premium PL, Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. First, you're wondering, what are the two changes to Unlimited Ultimate? Change number one, take a look at this hotspot data. Hotspot on Verizon was upgraded from 60 gigabytes to now 200 gigabytes of high-speed hotspot data before unlimited hotspot at 6 megabits per second. This is a massive upgrade, especially the 6 megabit per second part. Before, after your 60 gig allotment, your hotspot speeds would be slowed to, I think it was 600 kilobits per second on LTE and 5G nationwide, and then 3 megabits per second on 5G ultra wideband. And what Verizon has done is they have now made this where it's 6 megabits per second on both LTE and 5G nationwide and 5G ultra wideband. So really, really awesome for hotspot users out there. The second change was actually to the international roaming. It went from 10 gigabytes to 15 gigabytes of free international data in 210 supported countries and destinations. That is a 50% increase and is great to see. So, Taylor, to answer your question specifically between these two plans, if you factor in Verizon's BYOD discount, then this would be a little bit cheaper. So it's $540 divided by 36 months, which is $15 off per month, which makes this plan more like $75 before tax. Either way, I mean, comparing them, both give you unlimited priority. Verizon over triple the hotspot data now with 200 gigabytes. AT&T, worth noting, it's kind of embarrassing. After the 60 gigs of high-speed hotspot, your speeds get throttled down to 256 kilobits per second, basically unusable. Both plans do offer 4K video streaming and unlimited talk and text, free international texting. Verizon does include 300 minutes to one country of your choice when it comes to international calling. that could be really helpful for anyone who makes international calls out there. Canada and Mexico roaming. AT&T is going to be better in that sense because you're getting unlimited high-speed data in Canada and Mexico. Verizon is still giving you 2 gigs a day. Then international, AT&T, I have to update this. Good call, good shout out here for myself, for future me to update this. It is now $12 a day for international data, whereas Verizon Unlimited Ultimate is free roaming in 210 supported destinations. So Taylor, to answer your question, between these two plans, I think Verizon Unlimited Ultimate not only has the best features or the better features here, but it also will give you a better price point with that bring your own device discount. So I'm a real big fan of Verizon Unlimited Ultimate. I mean, if you want one of the best cell phone plans available, I think Unlimited Ultimate is where it's at. Not to mention, I usually dislike talking about perks and promotions and things like that because that varies from person to person. But that said, Verizon is offering some incredible perks with their service. So maybe incredible is a little generous. They offer discounts on streaming services is basically the gist. So the way it works is you choose your plan and then you choose what perks you want. And some examples here, we'll just make this a little bit bigger so you can see. AT&T doesn't offer this, right? You're missing out. But if you're a Disney Plus, Hulu, or ESPN Plus viewer, you can save basically $7 a month. You can get Netflix and Max with ads, and you're saving yourself just under $8 a month. Apple One, you can grab that, save yourself $5 a month. Apple Music, you save $7 a month. YouTube Premium, $4 a month. If you need extra hotspot data, which is crazy, like getting 300 gigs of hotspot total basically for an extra $10, that's pretty good. Cloud storage, save $4. So basically, Verizon has all these cool perks for people who might use these different services. So yeah, Taylor, I think Unlimited Ultimate packed to the gills with features, and in terms of the postpaid world, is a reasonable value. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Let's go back to the chat now and see what people are asking about. We've got Ryan. Ryan, thank you so much for your generosity and support and for your super chat. Ryan says, I switched to Visible Plus and don't like Verizon coverage. I had T-Mobile and it was great. Any monthly plan that's comparable price-wise? Ooh, Ryan, that is a great question. So for those of you who may be unfamiliar, I mean, Visible Plus, great plan, but it's on the Verizon network. And so for T-Mobile coverage, we've got to, let's find some options for you, Ryan. Let's pull up the website again. I'm getting some ideas right now, but it kind of goes back to what VGraphs was mentioning, saying that Metro might be announcing a new plan refresh. So we'll see what happens with that. But Ryan, to answer your question, I think Metro might be the best option. So quickly, let's go T-Mobile coverage. We're going to go unlimited data because that's kind of what you're looking for. And you were looking for that similar price. So let's see what we got cooking here. US Mobile could be a great option. Let's actually get rid of that annual discount. I think that'll help here because it sounds like you want something monthly. Totally respect it. And now we're looking at some pretty good options. Looks like I need to fix the filter on that card. Anyway, Ryan, what I'm thinking for you is Metro by T-Mobile Unlimited. Now, it's not quite Visible Plus. Visible Plus is just so good with the unlimited priority, the unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second, and the 1080p video streaming. But for a month-to-month plan that includes truly unlimited high-speed data on the T-Mobile network, Metro by T-Mobile for new customers is where it's at. It's going to be $25 flat, taxes and fees included. It is deprioritized. I personally don't think this matters as much on T-Mobile. No hotspot. This may be a deal breaker. For me, it basically is a deal breaker at this point, but still can't really argue with that price. And then 480p video. And you can add a watch and tablet to this for $10 and $20 respectively. So this could be a good option. I saw some people in the chat talking about US Mobile, and they're absolutely right. US Mobile Lightspeed, $25 month to month. It's not going to be, as much high-speed data, but this is the plan I'm personally on. I'm just on Verizon, but same plan, same features, $25, 35 gigs of high speed before unlimited at 1 megabit per second. How fast is 1 megabit per second? It is usable. It is usable. It will test your patience. It tests my patience. Maybe I'm just an impatient person. But everything will load. Spotify will load. Apple Music will load. YouTube videos, they will play eventually, but it's just not going to be as speedy. Still, 35 gigs is typically plenty for most people. You're getting 10 gigs of high-speed hotspot data here. That's also great. Up to 720p video streaming, which is great. And then there are some options, if you wanted to add a tablet or smartwatch. The smartwatch actually really isn't supported on this. It's only supported on Verizon, so it'd be a new number there. Should probably update that. This could be a really good option as well. Tello is here. Good price and value, but 5 gigs compared to 10 gigs of hotspot. I'd probably go with US Mobile in this scenario. Helium Mobile. Ryan, I don't know how you feel about Helium, but this is also, potentially a decent plan to look at. $30, 36 gigs of high speed, 5 gigs of hotspot, and I believe 4K video streaming. I should probably test that out. But yeah, those are some of the plans kind of in that similar price range. If you did need more data, you could do US Mobile Unlimited Premium. Let's see if we have the monthly option here for that. So that's going to be $44, now 100 gigs of high-speed data before unlimited data at 1 megabit per second. It is deprioritized, but you're getting 50 gigs of hotspot here, which is insane, and 720p video streaming. And it looks like I was actually correct here, watch not supported, and then $10 to add a tablet. To be clear, the tablet plan is just like a separate 2 gig plan that you would add, but figured I'd mention that. And then awesome international features. This is one of the best plans for international roaming, actually. International talk and text in 200 countries, 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and then up to 10 gigs in 180 supported countries. So hopefully that helps. And, we had some people in the chat, Yoshis saying US Mobile, big US Mobile. So hopefully that is helpful. But yeah, that is what I would say, Ryan. If I'm in your shoes, I'm looking at US Mobile. I'm looking at US Mobile Unlimited Premium. I'm looking at US Mobile Unlimited Starter. Where is that? And I'm looking at Metro. And if you were open to going with a annual plan, I mean, it is really hard to ignore Mint Mobile's deal here. Unlimited data for $20 a month, $240 up front, and that's going to support 10 gigs of high-speed hotspot as well. So this is a really, really great value plan if you're open to that annual option. So Ryan, I hope that's helpful. And yeah, good luck finding a new plan. I'm sorry Verizon wasn't great, and hopefully you're able to find something on T-Mobile. I'll give one more shout out here. T-Mobile Prepaid. It would be like Connect. T-Mobile Connect and T-Mobile Prepaid might be good options. So let's do carrier. Okay, so prepaid unlimited. One more shout out there. $50. Great if you don't need hotspot. $50. Truly unlimited high speed. 50 gigs priority. Basically unusable hotspot and 720p video. If you wanted to upgrade that to 10 gigs of hotspot, it bumps up to $60. So a little bit more pricey there, but 10 gigs of hotspot if you need it. And then T-Mobile Connect are the other plans. These have less data, but better prices. And I'm curious why those are not showing up. Well, let's see if we can get them. Connect. There we go. $25 for 8 gigs, $35 for 12 gigs. Yeah, they're pricey. They're options if you're interested. So yeah, Ryan, hopefully that's helpful. And we did get another super chat. Mark, thank you so much. Always appreciate your support and generosity, Mark. Great to see you in the chat today. And then Jordan coming in with a super chat. Coverage map has pretty limited data for me. How do I decide on Darkstar or Lightspeed for a US Mobile 3-month trial? Jordan, that is a great question. And I guess for those of you who are unfamiliar, so coveragemap.com is a website that I helped co-found, and we're building crowdsourced maps of the cellular networks. So let's open this up. And what you can do is kind of toggle between the networks. Here's Boulder, Colorado. This is the Verizon network. You can see literally exactly what data speeds people are reporting in each area. But, as Jordan has pointed out, the data is limited. It is crowdsourced. So you have, gaps where people have not run tests yet. In this area, specifically me, I've not traveled to this area and run all my testing yet. But yeah, that's the pro and the con of crowdsourced coverage, is that you need people to run tests. So if you're in an area where maybe there isn't a whole lot of data, and you're unsure, what I would suggest you try is actually some of the other maps. So you can check out the signal strength map. And this is right now on Boost, but you can swap it to AT&T, and this will kind of help you see what coverage is like, what the carrier says the coverage footprint is like in your area. And you can kind of use the darker spots to say, all right, there's a cell tower here, there's a cell tower here, there's a cell tower here, and you can toggle between LTE, 5G, and all to kind of get that picture of what coverage is like. And then you can also go ahead and toggle between, it sounds like AT&T or Lightspeed, so that'd be T-Mobile. You can toggle between, yeah, basically AT&T and T-Mobile, and just check what the coverage footprints look like. You can also check out, this might be even more helpful, back on coveragemap.com or in the free app. We built this in as well. We just have a check coverage option. You can enter a state, city, county, or zip code. So I'll do Boulder County. And you can see in my area, you get a breakdown of the plans, or not the plans, excuse me, the networks, and what coverage is like and speeds are like. So you have the coverage percentages, 67.6%. You have T-Mobile, 50.6%, and then AT&T. So AT&T probably the greatest coverage footprint, but then you can compare the download speeds. You can see Verizon's getting 62.9, T-Mobile 90, really fast speeds on T-Mobile, and then AT&T is the slowest. And then we do have a calculated reliability score. And based on this, it does look like Verizon in my area is probably like a great all-arounder, getting great scores across all categories. T-Mobile could also be really good, especially in terms of overall performance. So if you just go to the coverage search tool, you just click check coverage. Jordan, you can go ahead and enter your state, your city, your county, your zip code. And then based on what network seems like it has the best performance, you can use that for a trial. It is worth mentioning while we're here that you can try T-Mobile for free, right? T-Mobile has a free trial. And so what you could do, Jordan, is you could go ahead and do a T-Mobile free trial from T-Mobile. You just download the T-Life app, and then you could do the Dark Star trial on US Mobile. And that way, you could try both AT&T and T-Mobile at the same time. So hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully you're able to decide. Honestly, you can't go wrong. I think all of the different networks are sort of converging in terms of coverage footprint and performance. They should be great, or pretty similar is what I would think. So yeah, hopefully that is helpful. And then Mark, thank you, Stetson. Mark, you're so welcome. Thank you. And yeah, Max is bringing up a great point as well. Verizon and AT&T also do have free trials. Just download the app from the App Store. I know we have Cricket giving you a free trial. They have a 14-day free trial, so you could potentially use this to test out AT&T. And then I think Verizon has a free trial. I'm not sure. Does Verizon directly have a free trial, Max? Oh yeah, boom. Try our network, 30 days free. You even have a QR code. You can actually stop this live stream and scan the QR code. Wait, where'd it go? Sorry about that. There it is. And test out Verizon. Yeah, and Sonic, the anonymous hedgehog, bring up a great point. Can you make a video one day on the major carrier free trials? Example, what's required to sign up for them, how do they work, etc. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I will definitely jump on that. I'm not sure what's required. So hopefully, I have signed up for all of the different carriers. So hopefully they let me do a free trial also, which is like, can you be signed up for AT&T and then also do an AT&T free trial? I don't know. I will find out. Sharper Travel, can you talk about Xfinity Mobile's new premium plan? Yes, absolutely. Xfinity Mobile just launched an all-new premium plan, and it is really good. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. Pull up the Xfinity website. One of the, I'm not going to say worst websites, but it's a website that could use some love potentially. The new plan from Xfinity Mobile is their new premium unlimited plan. And what they did is they removed the data limit. You now get unlimited data You get 100 gigabytes of priority data. And then after that 100 gigabytes, you will be deprioritized. You're also getting what they're saying unlimited mobile hotspot data, basically 30 gigs of hotspot and then reduced speeds. Get out of here, chatbot. 4K video, huge. Social media sites are going to load faster. YouTube is going to look great. If you're streaming video, it's going to look awesome on this plan. Elite upgrade, you can upgrade to the latest phone up to 2 times per year. I genuinely don't know how that works if you're doing like a finance agreement or if you have to trade it in or whatever, but that's there. Xfinity Call Guard, spam protection basically. A lot of carriers offer that. Wi-Fi boost, faster speeds at home and on the go. Genuinely unsure what that means, to be honest, as well. And then you're getting unlimited talk, text, and data to, from, and in Mexico and Canada. So really, really great plan here. And what is the price? We're on Xfinity.com. We really need to go to XfinityMobile.com. Here we go. Now we're talking plan. All right. Okay, see mobile plan pricing. That's what I want to do. Nope. I don't want to enter my address. I just want to see the pricing. Oh my gosh, Xfinity. Unlimited plan details. How about that? I think it's $45, but I could be mistaken. Does anyone know? Oh, yeah. Sharper travel. Can you check the terms? I never saw the 100 gigs listed. Yeah, I'm highly confident it's 100 gigs of high speed. It doesn't look like it's showing it on this page. Again, just not a great website, Xfinity. So plan, I think if you do, nope, we just went in a circle. Mobby. Where is it? Pricing and other info? Nope. Wow. I've been bamboozled. Okay, elite upgrade. Gosh, I don't think they could have a website with like more information, but like not the information I need. The 100 gig throttle is on the last page we were on. Is it on this one? On the homepage. Pricing and other info. Here we go. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. This is why you're here. This is why you're the best audience. After 100 gigs, data may temporarily be slower than other traffic in times of congestion. So what this means is you're getting priority data for your first 100 gigabytes. And then after 100 gigs, you will be deprioritized. And that's what it means. You may temporarily experience slower speeds during times of congestion. So yeah. And then what do we have for pricing? All right, Ernesto coming in clutch with pricing. It's $50. Like how can you have a page that lists your plan and you don't list the price anywhere on the page except for $30 per additional line? Ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous. But yeah, $50 for unlimited premium. Honestly, that's very competitive, especially with the bundled discounts and everything that Xfinity typically offers with their service. Very competitive. The unlimited looks like it's just a 30 gig plan. So there you go. Hopefully that helps answer whoever asked this question. That was a journey, an absolute journey. Jordan, thank you again for the super chat. Jordan says, I think I'll do that. I'm going to go for AT&T. My primary line is Verizon, who is decent in my area. Thanks, Stetson. Jordan, you're absolutely welcome. Good luck with your free trials. Hopefully everything goes swingly for you. And hopefully I will have videos out for all of you watching on how to try AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon for completely free. You will need an unlocked phone, though. And then we have a question from Jaime. Jaime, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Any chances that you'll be adding business plans to your website? Jaime, I have great news. I've pretty good news. I already have some business plans on the website. They are filtered out by default because most people don't need them. But check this out. If we reset the filters, let's go. We have one line and business employees. So I guess that's a discount. Where is it? Maybe it's just regular price. And I think if we search business, they should come up. Yes. We've got AT&T Business Standard, T-Mobile Business Unlimited Select, Verizon Business Start 5G. Aren't these great plan names, you guys? AT&T Business Unlimited Advanced, T-Mobile Business Unlimited Advanced, Verizon Business Plus 5G, Verizon Business Pro 5G, AT&T Business Unlimited Premium. And then we've got T-Mobile Business Unlimited Ultimate, T-Mobile Business Unlimited Edge. I'm not sure why Edge would be better than Ultimate, but that's T-Mobile. So Jaime, yeah, we've got business plans here, at least these. And I don't know, are there other ones that you guys are aware of that I should add? I don't really know if they're worth it, to be honest. Verizon also, Max is saying Verizon also recently changed all of their business plans to the My Biz plan, basically just one plan with tons of add-ons. Max, thank you so much. That means, unfortunately for me, my website needs some TLC, some relevant attention to get these Verizon plans updated. But they have gone through quite a number of changes there. But yeah, Jaime, hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you're able to kind of compare these different business plans. All the compare features still work, so you can compare the different ones, just add to compare, and then boom, you can compare them side by side. For those asking, like, why would you want a business plan? Sometimes the business plans do come with extra perks, extra features. Most notably has been hotspot data. Like if you scroll down, T-Mobile Business Unlimited Edge, this is actually the first cell phone plan that I'm aware of that launched with 200 gigs of high-speed hotspot. So this came out before Verizon updated their plan, and even before US Mobile updated their unlimited premium plan with 200 gigs of hotspot. So could be a good option if you're a business owner and you need a lot of hotspot on the go. Unlimited Ultimate's coming with 100 gigs of hotspot. So there are some perks, some extra add-ons here and there, but in general, like AT&T Business Unlimited Premium, 7 free days of international data. You don't get that on the consumer plans. But in general, I think for most people, the consumer plans are better. So yeah, Jaime, hopefully that helps. If you guys are curious about business plans, feel free to check out the site. And thank you, Max, honestly, for the shout out there to go ahead and update the website for Verizon's business plans, because it sounds like they've changed them. Should we see what they have? Verizon business plans. Okay. Guess we're a little zoomed in. Let's see what they have cooking. This makes me feel better about my website now that I see someone else who has a slow website. All right, these are tablet plans. What, like mobile plans, business unlimited, business, mobile. How about mobile? My biz plan, learn more. I think they also, like, the business accounts support multiple lines. So I think normal consumer, it's like 10 lines you can have max. And when you have a business plan, I mean, it's just like as many lines as you want. All right, yeah, Max, you called it. Look at this. My biz plan at $25 per line per month with 5 lines. So that's pretty reasonable. Unlimited talk, text, and data, call filter. Yeah, we'll have to check it out. Get it added to the site. Okay, they're gonna walk me through a whole thing. I don't want to go through that with you guys, but we'll get Verizon's business plan updated, and you can compare. All right, what else we got cooking in the chat? Joshua says hi. What's up? Mosh, forgive me if I mispronounced that. Stet, I watched your video of setting up voicemail on a Galaxy S20 Plus as I closely heard the speakers slightly crackly. Hopefully that is not an issue with your speakers, but hopefully it's under warranty, I guess. I don't know. An S20 Plus is pretty old, Mosh. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. Maybe you can get it fixed. Or if you need a new phone, you can check out Swappa. Give them a quick shout out here. It's a site for buying and selling gently used phones. And if you're a Samsung person, You can grab, let's say you want the S24 Ultra. Boom, starting at 503. That's too low. Let's see what it's actually starting at. Good condition. Of course, you want that. 752. I mean, not a bad deal. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Where you can maybe grab a new phone where the speaker works. Ooh, none of your business. How do we get the pro version of your app on iPhone? Yes, this is a very common question. I actually get emailed a lot. People are curious, and I appreciate that. So, what do you get for Coverage Map Pro? What is Coverage Map Pro? Why would you even want it? We made this. It's a really fun tool. I'll actually show you live so you can check it out and get a sneak preview of basically what you're buying. But this is it. So this is our pricing. Free is what most people stick with. This is honestly all you need and what I would encourage you to stick with. If you are interested in the extra features and perks, you can either do the monthly option, which is $5, or you can do the annual option. You get 2 months free, drops the price a little bit. You're getting everything on the free plan, and the extra features are you're getting a new coverage report map. I will show you exactly what that looks like in just a second. You're getting higher resolution on the map, so you're getting smaller squares. This is really helpful if you want to sort of see a more granular detail of coverage area. You get access to exclusive speed test servers in the Coverage Map app itself. You get a dedicated leaderboard badge, an exclusive role in our Discord server, access to beta features as we're testing them and rolling them out, free updates, and it's ad free. So, in some spots where you would see ads, Coverage Map Pro makes that ad free. So, you can sign up right here. I'll throw this in the chat. It's just coveragemap.com/pricing. And if you're like, well, how come you can't sign up directly in the app? It's because Apple takes 15% of our revenue. And quite frankly, we have not invested in developing the in-app purchase feature. So I apologize for that. I know it's confusing. We do want to eventually bring this to the app, but we have not yet. So I apologize. Anyway, you're probably wondering, what is this coverage report map and what do the smaller squares look like? I will show you that right now. So let's launch the map. Let's go somewhere with a lot of density like New York. That'll probably give people a pretty good idea. We're on the signal strength map right now. So let's switch over to speed test. And wow, it's kind of overwhelming with the numbers. So let's pop into the filters here, turn off the values, and then let's just check. So right now we are looking at the 0.3 kilometer squares. And you can see zooming in on the map pretty closely here, they're pretty big. They're covering a couple blocks. And while it's helpful to see what performance is like, it's not as granular. And I'm sure block to block, the performance can kind of change in New York City. So if you pay for Pro, you can go ahead and toggle on the 0.1 kilometer squares. And look at that. It just gives you so much more granular detail and information in terms of coverage, where you're getting fast speeds. And instead of being one massive block, it is so much smaller and you just get that extra detail. So if you're trying to figure out who is the best coverage, or maybe you're just like mapping out your street or neighborhood or town and you want this extra granularity, you can get that with Coverage Map Pro. And all of a sudden you can actually see there are a couple tests that failed here. This also could have been our app. I'm sure New York has really good service. So who knows why those failed. But zooming in, yeah, it's pretty cool to start to see like, wow, you can really go from an area with, wait for it, over 1600 megabits per second down, and then bam, right next to it, you're getting speeds of 16.5. That is crazy. That is a 100x difference. And this is why having the map values is a nice feature. So you can kind of see that. Wow. Looks like New York might have some mmWave deployed. 3,500. That is awesome. Well, should we check out AT&T while we're here? This is more for me. I'm just like curious now. Okay. AT&T's, it looks like it's good, maybe not as good. What about T-Mobile? Wow. Man, shout out to the T-Mobile crowd in New York City. This is some impressive mapping and an impressive network. Look at this. All over 600 megabits per second. That is so good. Anyway, so that's the 0.1 kilometer size square. Hopefully That kind of answers what that is. And then the other map you get is this really cool coverage report map. So the way the coverage report map works is it breaks down all of the United States, every region. So it's state, cities, counties, and zip codes. And as you zoom in, the map kind of breaks down into these territories. And you can click on any one. Let's do maybe like this upper part of New Jersey, Monmouth County, New Jersey. You can see the population, the land area. You can see the coverage percentage breakdown, giving you even more granularity now. So on the public website, it's good, great, poor, and no. And we add in excellent for the pro subscribers. You can see like where excellent coverage is. You can also see weighted median for download speed, upload speed, and latency, and kind of toggle between the graph here at the bottom. Really great way for comparing performance. What's really cool is you get speed distribution curves. This is very nerdy, but you can see what performance is like in terms of the tests we get and how they're distributed. And then time of day performance. This is also really cool where you can start to see, all right, at midnight going to 3 a.m., performance is much higher. And then as the day goes on, performance drops as people are commuting, they're out and about, they're using their phones, adding congestion to the network, and things such as that. And then we rank the best carriers. So you can see Verizon's best for coverage, T-Mobile's best for speed, AT&T is best for reliability, and overall, we think AT&T is best in Monmouth County. And again, this is for state, cities, counties, and zip codes. So you zoom in, and then you can get the zip code level. And this is 07728. Look at what performance is like there. And what's really cool is you can color all of these. Right now, they're colored by overall. So Verizon is typically going to be best in these zip codes. T-Mobile is going to be best here. AT&T in these areas. You can also color by coverage. All right, Verizon, straight up the most coverage, biggest coverage footprint. Speed, T-Mobile, crushing it in this upper part of New Jersey. And then reliability looks like a pretty healthy mix. So that is the coverage report map. And you also get access to that with Coverage Map Pro. It's really nerdy. You don't need it, but if you like the numbers, then it's a cool thing to have. I'm a fan. I pay for Pro for my own app, which is pretty funny. I feel like I could figure out a way to give that to me for free, but I pay for it. I support myself. So hopefully that helps. All right, we've got the AV Geek Guy. Can the app get auto test scheduling as a feature? I guess tell me more about what you mean by that, because right now we do have a recurring tests feature where you can go ahead, you can open the app, and then you can see start multiple tests. See if it'll focus right there. And you can configure the multiple tests to run. We actually did a better job on Android on this, but you can either do, let's see if that'll focus. You can set the time between tests. So that can help you set an interval of maybe like, between a couple minutes, a couple seconds to a couple minutes to a couple hours. And then you can do either number of tests up to 500, or you can do number of gigabytes. So that's kind of what we have right now. So yeah, I'd be curious what you mean for test scheduling. Trevor, I like it. You don't get free food if you own a restaurant. You don't get free Pro as the owner of Coverage Map. Yeah, so true. No, I do think it's worth it. I think, it's worth it for me. Let me clarify that. And I think Mark said it. Coverage Nerd Pro app. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, shout out to Trevor while we're here. He really is the one who put all the effort into creating this map, doing the calculations, doing the data breakdown, figuring out what network is best where. Really, really awesome job. Coverage, speed. And it's cool like to zoom out and be able to see like, dang, guys, look at this. T-Mobile, straight up the fastest carrier in all states. Unreal. But when you zoom in, you start getting that breakdown. It's just a really cool map. Pike County, Kentucky. If you live in Pike County, like here's the breakdown. You're choosing between AT&T and T-Mobile, looks like. And I would probably go for AT&T. So, yeah, it's super cool. I like it. Mark Smith, guess I'll have to join and get the pro app. Yeah. Hey, check it out. Do month to month. You don't need it. Okay. I want to emphasize you don't need it. But I think it's really cool. Moshe is saying, look at what I said. You like Yoshis. Yeah, I'm not opposed to Yoshi. I think Yoshis they're great. They've got the long tongue, really good hang time, air time when you jump. Got to respect that. So yeah. Ooh, Jace. Any word on when we will get a revamp for check coverage in your area feature on Coverage Map, regional carriers? Also, any way to include roaming areas in gray on the service maps? Jace, great questions all around. I don't have the answers to all of them. The best I can do right now is we did launch regional carriers. So if you go to the signal strength map, you can go ahead and now select regional providers such as Appalachian Wireless, C Spire, Carolina West Wireless, Cellcom, Cellular One, ComNet, Copper Valley Telecom, haven't heard of that, GCI, Inland Cylinder, Nemont, Next Tech Wireless, Southern Link, Union Wireless, United Wireless, and then underneath your comment, we had a couple others. But yeah, you can do that to check out. Look, Appalachian Wireless. They're this little blop in Kentucky. And that's, I think, what Verizon roams on in Kentucky. We've got, should we see Cellcom? I know Max is here. Boom, Wisconsin. This is Cellcom. It looks like Wisconsin got like infected by a disease or something. I'm kidding. But no, it's a local provider they built out. And I think a lot of the big carriers actually roam on Cellcom in that area. So that's pretty cool to see. What else do we got? I think GCI is way up here. Yeah, Alaska. They're the Alaska carrier. So Jace, we've got some of this stuff. We've got a lot of things in the works, and hopefully we will be able to continue to improve that. But hopefully you can check out some of the regional carriers here and kind of figure out like who roams on what. I mean, look, here's the Kentucky example. Big gap in Verizon's coverage, and we pop over to Appalachian Wireless. Oh, well, would you look at that? So I think Verizon is roaming on Appalachian. Yeah, hopefully that helps. All right, we got a couple super chats we got to get to. Sonic, the anonymous hedgehog, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. Would you consider offering a discounted or free pro to those who contribute large amounts of speed test data? I know other mapping sites do that. Sonic, I love that idea. We will definitely take that into consideration. Right now, we are making some of the features pro only because they cost us extra. So for example, the pro only speed test servers, we have to pay for those. And so we use some of the pro contributions to help cover those extra costs. I love that idea though, and we'll see what we can do. I think a issue is like integrating that with Stripe, our billing system, is pretty tricky. So I'm not sure if and or when we'll make that happen, but I do love the idea. And then Nathan, thank you so much for your generosity and your support. Nathan says, I want to switch from Verizon where my phone bill for only 2 lines, an iPad, and 2 Apple Watches. Oh, I guess, Nathan, that's what you have. So you've got 2 lines, an iPad, and 2 Apple Watches. Can you look at Wilton County, Tennessee to see if I want to switch to AT&T or T-Mobile? Yeah, absolutely. We'll give you the detailed breakdown. How about that? I wonder if I can search Wilson County, Tennessee. Zoom in. Okay. This is it. Oh, you obviously didn't see that because it wasn't shared on screen. Boom. Let's pull that up. So Wilson County, Tennessee. It looks like, forgive me if I'm mistaken here, Nathan, but it looks like Lebanon is the, I'm going to say county or the bigger area. Comparing the coverage here, looks like AT&T has maybe Verizon is the highest coverage percentage of all of them. AT&T a close second. Verizon a little bit more of the excellent coverage and a little bit more of the great coverage. So both really good there. Between AT&T and T-Mobile is what you're asking. It looks like AT&T I mean, very similar breakdown between excellent and well, T-Mobile has less excellent but more great, and then I mean, if you add excellent and great together, pretty similar between them. AT&T looks like maybe a little bit worse overall coverage. I think T-Mobile just a little bit extra overall coverage there. In terms of performance, T-Mobile is definitely getting faster speeds. So median download 120 versus 90 upload. T-Mobile is going to be faster there as well. 10 versus 14. And then latency, AT&T a little bit better latency wise. You can see speed distribution looks like T-Mobile just like faster across the board compared to AT&T. Time of day, we probably don't have enough data there. Coverage, yeah, AT&T is ranking a little bit higher than T-Mobile. Speed, T-Mobile, overall T-Mobile. So it looks like T-Mobile might not be a bad network to check out. If we kind of zoom out in Tennessee, get a bigger picture here and look at the rankings. Yeah, Wilson County, coverage Verizon, then speed T-Mobile, reliability T-Mobile, overall T-Mobile. So Nathan, you may want to go ahead and check out T-Mobile, at least do that free trial, right? Take them for a test drive. Doesn't hurt to try, right? See what you got. All right. So hopefully that helps, Nathan, and thank you again. Kevin is saying Billings, Montana. You guys just want to look up, you want to abuse this is the membership that I'm paying for. Billings, Montana. Boop. Let's see what we got. We'll go out. It looks like speed, T-Mobile, overall, AT&T. Click it, dive into the details. Look at this. AT&T coverage looks very solid, very solid. Performance, 37.6, 75. T-Mobile definitely faster on the download. Upload, oof, T-Mobile crushing it. Latency, T-Mobile even better. AT&T, who knows what's going on with their latency there. And then T-Mobile, better speed distribution. All right, and then the overall rankings at the bottom here. Oh, they're getting cut off by the comment. So let's go ahead and hide the comment. Coverage, AT&T, speed, T-Mobile, reliability, AT&T, and overall AT&T. It looks like T-Mobile is a second choice overall, though. So in Yellowstone County, might not be a bad idea to check out AT&T or T-Mobile. All right. Green is asking, do you think Dish will ever deploy mmWave? Green, that's a great question. I'm going to go with no. And I'm going to say no. Come on, camera. I'm going to say no because what is it even focusing on? I mean, if you've looked at the deployments from AT&T and T-Mobile, they basically halted their mmWave. It can be really good for home internet, I think, for a fixed wireless solution. I don't think it's actually worth spending the money to deploy mmWave. I'm not actually sure if Dish has mmWave spectrum. Someone who knows more than I do probably has an answer to that, but I don't think we'll see it from Dish. It's a miracle that they've deployed what they have already, right? Like going back to that coverage map, signal strength. Let's go back to Boost Mobile, aka Dish. It's just a miracle. Let's get rid of these pins. It's a miracle this happened. So I don't think we'll see mmWave from them, but I'm grateful that their existing network is here. And honestly, Green, the Dish network is so empty right now. You're getting really fast speeds. I mean, in my area, let's see, Longmont, we can actually go ahead, speed test map, and pop this back over to Boost. I mean, you can see, actually, this will take forever to load. Let's configure this, show map values, and let's chunk up the squares a little bit. Zoom in. I mean, not bad performance. 140, 177, 256. This area is getting over 400. This area is going to be over 300. It's not bad. It's an empty network. It's pretty good. Boulder. Ooh, what's this one? 1,163. That might be the fastest test I've ever seen on Boost Mobile. Dang. Very cool. So there you go, Green. Thank you very much for your generosity and support. But no, sadly, I don't think we'll see mmWave unless this is somehow mmWave, but I don't think so. Maybe I'll have to go over and then check it out, do some more mapping. All right. Let's see what else, what other questions. Luke, a great question. How does the US mobile free trial work when it says bring your own number? I've done the Verizon one and I kept my personal number. And do I have to join US Mobile after the trial? So, Luke, the way the US mobile free trial works is you are effectively porting your personal number over to them for 30 days. So, let me see if I can pull up the. I don't think they really have a good page that explains how that works. Yeah, they don't. Sorry about that. But yeah, basically, if you go to the US Mobile website, it says start your 30-day free trial. And to do that free trial, you do need to go ahead and transfer your phone number and basically use US Mobile as your personal carrier for your first month of service. And that works, right? It's free. But if you're kind of looking to check it out as a secondary network before switching, what you'd want to do is kind of finesse it a little bit. You'd probably want to sign up for another plan. I really like Tello because the plans are pretty affordable and they make it really easy to get your port out information. So, for example, you could grab let's see what the most affordable, no data plan with, no minutes. How about wait, is 1 gig cheaper? You could do a 1 gig plan with no minutes, and that would be $5 a month. And I think this combination reduces your taxes because I think you're mostly taxed on the minutes portion of the plan. So you could grab this for $5 and then get a new number and then transfer this number to US Mobile. So it goes from a free trial to maybe a $6 or $7 trial. But that would be one way to do it if you didn't want to port your phone number. So yeah. Oh, and Jace is saying Dish does have N260 spectrum nationwide. See mmWave. Our map will hopefully be the first place to show that. I mean, do you think we have any right now? Jace, you got me curious. All right, we're on the map. We're going to pop back into the speed test. Pop back over to boost. We're looking at best download all. And let's go ahead. Oh, we have the speed filter right here. Perfect. Whoever designed this, great job. Min download. Let's see how many tests we have that are over 1,000 megabits per second. We've got a couple. Oh, should we do the 3D view so we can visualize them? Nationwide. Okay. Vegas has some that are over 1,000. Denver's got some that are over 1,000. Let's see. Where do you click? Here we go. 1,260. That might be some of the fastest. So 1,260. What do we got over here? 1,171. Interesting. The fastest. The 3D view will hopefully help us find it. San Francisco. $1,305. I don't think there's any mmWave deployed. These don't look like mmWave height tests. Actually, this one looks pretty tall. Where even is this? Perrysburg, Ohio, 2,089 megabits per second. This is the fastest Dish test I think I've ever seen. So maybe, but I also have seen Verizon get over 2,000 megabits per second with their mid-band frequencies. So to be determined. There you go. Yeah, I don't think any of this is mmWave. It is pretty fast though. It is pretty cool to see that. And I don't know where else you could find this kind of information. So anyway, we got a new super chat in here. So let me move along, answer the question. Deasley OG, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Is there any MVNO that's T-Mobile that is unlimited data that doesn't limit video to really bad quality? I've been looking and I cannot really find anything besides doing just straight T-Mobile. Deasley, I have unfortunate news. You are correct. T-Mobile, I have good news. I have one bit of good news, but first to directly answer your question, no, there is no plan that I'm aware of on T-Mobile that does not limit video streaming quality. So if we go to the Best Phone Plans website, let's go ahead, let's reset this filter, get rid of those business plans. Say one line, coverage, T-Mobile, data unlimited, and we'll say annual new customer and regular price. So truly unlimited, I mean, so Mint's unlimited, right? But they're getting the 480p video. And then if you keep going down, US Mobile, not quite unlimited, but they're doing 720p videos. So that's a little bit better. Leica Mobile, Ultra Mobile, they're either going to be like limited in high speed data and giving you 4K, or they're going to be giving you unlimited and then limit the video streaming. And let's go to the T-Mobile plans directly. So T-Mobile prepaid, still 720p, truly unlimited high speed though. T-Mobile prepaid, yeah. I think all of these 480p video. So like a mobile, 60 gigs, 4K video. So it's not unlimited, but better video streaming quality. I think the only answer is T-Mobile Go 5G Plus. This is the only plan that gives you truly unlimited high-speed data and 4K video streaming. So that is the bad news. Deasley OG, you're right. It is going with a plan from T-Mobile directly. But where did I go? Here I am. The good news, Deasley, is you can actually grab the super cheap Mint Mobile plan or the T-Mobile prepaid plan if you wanted something that's month to month. And you can bypass this 480p video streaming limit. And yes, so you know that. Deasley OG, I could do VPN, but I prefer not to. So yeah, you could do a VPN. If you don't want to, then unfortunately, the only plan that I'm aware of at this moment is going to be T-Mobile Go 5G Plus. It's all the way at the bottom. It's so expensive. Yeah, $90. So if you don't want a VPN, Deasley OG, does the VPN work? Yeah, I actually have a YouTube video. Oops. YouTube.com. I startled myself because the audio started playing very loudly. All right. Bypass 480p streaming limit. That's exactly what I want to do. Boom. Shout out to Timothy Chamelet, who hopefully I pronounced that close to correctly. He doesn't know he's starring in my YouTube thumbnail, but I was looking for a thumbnail there and grabbed him. But I walk you through exactly how this works and why it works. So I use Surfshark as my VPN, ended up paying for it. And I'm not going to say it's the greatest VPN. I got it myself because it was cheap and it worked. And so I joined their affiliate program. And so if you choose to sign up using my link, then I'll earn commission on that. But feel free to do your research, grab any VPN, even a free VPN will work. And yeah, the video just walks you through how and why it works. I'll just show you the rundown here where normally your fast.com speeds will be throttled. And so you can see it was fast and then it throttles down. And the reason why that happens is when you first load video content, your plan usually gives you fast speeds so the video can load initially and then start to buffer. And then once the video is loaded, it'll throttle you down to like 1.5 megabits per second for 480p. And basically, I mean, later in the video, I mean, I show you I'm getting super fast speeds normally, so 628 megabits per second, but the video was capped at 1.5. And then I go ahead and somewhere in here, I go ahead and turn that VPN on. And then you can see fast.com is getting uncapped speeds. And instead of 1.5 megabits per second, it's 120 megabits per second. So it does work. And it basically hides your network traffic from the carrier. And they can't tell if you're browsing the web normally or actually watching video content. And so they just give you full speeds for everything. So that's kind of how it works and why it works. I guess you don't really need to watch a video now, but if you're interested, check it out. And I can just throw this in the chat for those of you who are looking for another video to go ahead and watch after this. But it does work. Yeah, okay. Scott, you're absolutely right. I've had this problem myself. Scott says, whenever I try VPN and open the Disney Plus app, it just sits there and spins and doesn't load anything. I've had some issues as well. I think some apps try to detect a VPN and then deter usage, or depending on how your traffic is being routed, it might not work for certain applications as well. So I've also had that. I'm like trying to shop on Amazon or whatever, and my VPN has been left on from watching 4K video, and it's like not loading the cart. Or I try and load Twitter and it doesn't load. I'm like, what is going on? I have Wi-Fi, I have internet. How come it won't load? And it's because the VPN is on. Some VPNs are better than others. I also have tried ExpressVPN, crazy expensive. It was like $10 or $15 a month, but that tended to work at least much better for me in terms of reliably loading pages and content. So Scott, all I can say is try and test out some different VPNs. But yeah, and DT is saying kind of what I was saying. Unfortunately, these apps are aware of VPNs, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, etc. I think they're trying to, yeah, Keen, Netflix just blocked VPN access. I think they're trying to limit, so like certain shows are region based, and I think they're trying to make sure that they stay region based, and so they detect a VPN and they prevent people from sort of spoofing their location with a VPN, uh, in that sense. We do have some good news. None of your business says Disney Plus works fine with Surfshark, so that's what I've been using. But Amazon Prime is a pain though. Yeah. It depends. It depends. Some VPNs will work better than others for streaming different contents. Anthony, welcome. Anthony says, just hopped in right now. Want to say I love your videos, bro. Anthony, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. Hopefully, if you're just joining, you can watch the replay. I'll go ahead and add timestamps at the end when we're done here. But yeah, thanks for hopping in. Thanks for your support. Really appreciate it. Ooh, Chris Turner, is it true T-Mobile has artificial coverage advantage over Verizon since T-Mobile uses N71 versus N77, which is a hard time with building penetration? Chris, you're asking an excellent question that is pretty sciencey and nuanced and technical. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't think I have the technical knowledge or expertise to accurately answer this right now. My guess is probably yes. I mean, if you're using a frequency that has better building penetration and you're able to get service deeper within the dark valley of Costco or within the depths of a Home Depot, I'd say that would potentially make T-Mobile a bit better than Verizon. But at the same time, often when you're inside, you have Wi-Fi. And so maybe it's not that big of a deal. Zesty is saying, ask ChatGPT and look smarter. I like that. I like that idea. Although it'd be pretty weird if I was doing a live stream and just like, glancing off to the side and reading verbatim what ChatGPT said. Let's see what we got. Parth Patel, are Metro's Apple Watch plans worth it? I think Metro's Apple Watch plans are $10. Let's pull them up right now. Smartwatch and fitness trackers. I really wanted the plans. We'll throw it up on screen so you guys can check it out. So they do sell watches, and I want the plan. Here we go, watch and tablet plans. All right, tablet, 20 to 30 bucks a month. Not too bad, pretty in par. Hotspot, 30 to 50 a month. Pretty good. Smartwatch, here we go. Parth, 10 bucks. You get unlimited high-speed data on your watch, picture and text messaging, and three-way calling. So this is right in line with the industry standard. I think AT&T Postpaid and T-Mobile Postpaid are also 10 bucks a month. Verizon, if you're on Unlimited Ultimate, it's going to be $7.50. And if you're not on Unlimited Ultimate, I think it's actually $15. So kind of expensive on Verizon. But $10 is totally industry standard. Are Apple Watch plans worth it? I think this is like my take here, Parth, is no. I don't think cellular watch plans are worth it. Your phone, like if you have your phone nearby, you get all your watch features. This is probably the most awkward way I could have held up and picked up and held up that phone. But if you have your phone nearby and it's connected to Bluetooth to your watch, everything works, right? Music streaming works, texting works, calling works, everything works. The only reason you would need to pay the $10 from Metro or from any carrier for a watch plan is if you wanted to like go running or go hiking and only have your watch. And I actually tried this when I had Visible. I got the Apple Watch line. I was like, great, I'm going to use this to curb my phone addiction and I can leave my phone behind. And I'll be honest with you, I found that my poor Apple Watch Series 9 battery, it just tanked. It just drained so fast because you're out hiking. There's little to no coverage anyway. It was just actively searching for signal and did not last. So my hot take, I don't think watch lines are worth it. I would skip on them. I would save the $10 a month and put that elsewhere. But the price, should you choose to get it, is actually quite reasonable from Metro. So I hope that helps. We got some more super chats in there. Gravy, Garav, Gary. Wow, I totally misread that like 3 times. All right, Garav, Gary. Hopefully I said that correctly. Thanks for your help saving with your awesome streams. Grav, Gary, you are so welcome. Thank you for your generosity and your support. And I apologize if I mispronounced your name there. All right, another super chat from Green. What are your thoughts on the future of eSIM? When do you think Android will copy iPhone and going eSIM only? Green, great question. I think eSIM, I'm excited to say it is finally evolving out of its infancy. All the carriers are supporting it. It's working significantly better than it did when it first launched. The future of eSIM. I mean, I hope more and more phones support it and move that direction. I don't think Google or Samsung, I don't think they're going to be going eSIM only. Why is that? Because these are global phone manufacturers. I think they want to reduce the number of phone variations they have. And the truth is, internationally, a lot of other carriers are not supporting eSIM. In fact, other carriers nationwide, sorry about that, they aren't even supporting 5G. Like they're still on LTE. So globally, the evolution of cellular network technology, we're not all at the same place where we have 5G and we have eSIM and everything mostly works most of the time. I think there's bigger gaps in terms of where different parts of the world are in terms of their cellular rollouts. And because of that, I think we're really going to see a lot of Android manufacturers, which tend to dominate other markets outside the United States, continue to support physical SIMs as those international carriers are still adopting and evolving their technology to eventually support eSIM. You know, maybe we'll be eSIM only in like, I would say 10 to 20 years would be my time horizon. And yeah, Septian adding in, China doesn't even support eSIM. So yeah, phone manufacturers, they're going to need physical SIM for quite a while. And even Apple, right? The iPhone, where is that? The iPhone in Canada has a SIM tray. It has a SIM slot, right? Right. I think it's on this side. This blank spot right there. They have an actual SIM tray. And inside this phone is just like an empty gap. Apple didn't do anything with the space. We're not even getting any benefits as US customers from being eSIM only. So hopefully, Green, that helps answer your question. And I appreciate your support as always. We have another super chat from Benjamin Price. Hey, man, my mom is looking for a carrier that is affordable and has reliable, but has unlimited data. Do you have any ideas? She is currently on Metro. Yeah, Benjamin, great question. I would say if your mom is happy with Metro is a great plan to be on. If you're, I guess, on a more expensive Metro plan, we're kind of on their site right now, so I'll just throw that up for you. Oops. So if you're on one of the Flex Start, the Flex Up, or the Flex Plus, I personally feel these are a little expensive. The real one is the bring your own device deal, which allegedly ends in 3 days. We'll see what happens. But this is the one to be on. If you're on Metro right now, you're not on this plan, maybe you want to switch. The one I would consider switching to would be Mint Mobile. If you're happy with T-Mobile coverage on Mint is going to be exactly the same. And so I would feel actually pretty confident going ahead and signing up for the 1-year plan. They have a limited time promo right now. Instead of $30 a month, it's going to be $20 a month before taxes and fees. probably close to maybe $23.50 after tax. And this is going to give you truly unlimited data. Here, I can pull it up on the site here just so you can see the full details, because Mint kind of does a really bad job outlining the details. Mint Mobile. Here we go. Unlimited 12 months. So this is the plan. It's truly unlimited high speed. So your mom's going to always have high speed data. It is deprioritized. Maybe you get a little bit slower speeds when the network is busy. I don't feel like that is as big a deal on the T-Mobile network. Your mom's going to get 10 gigs of hotspot, 480p video. You can bypass this with a VPN. And those are pretty much the features you need. Really good price. It's a great value at $30 and an even better value at $20. You are signing up for 12 months at a time though. So, something to be mindful of. If you want something different, best value option, I have something filtered. Yes, that is it. Is going to be Visible Base. Their $25 month-to-month plan, unlimited high speed on the Verizon network. Really good value there. It is deprioritized, so something to keep in mind, but such an affordable price. And I don't think you're likely to notice that too much. Well, I guess your mom would be the one noticing that. Yeah, you're probably not going to notice it at all because your mom's getting the plan. 5 megabits per second hotspot. So unlimited hotspot at 5 megabits per second, and then some pretty good features as well. Really, really great value. If you did want to give your mom a plan with some extra bells and whistles, you could upgrade to the Visible Plus plan. That's going to upgrade you to unlimited priority, double the hotspot speeds from 5 megabits per second to 10 megabits per second, and upgrade that video streaming quality. It'll be 720p on LTE and then 1080p on 5G ultra wideband. But Visible Base, I would honestly start here. And if your mom doesn't say anything about slow speeds or whatnot, I would keep her on Visible Base and cruise is what I would say. Yeah, Renee, Visible for the win. Really good. So those are some options. I'm trying to think AT&T. If you really wanted AT&T coverage, what am I even typing in here? It would be US Mobile Unlimited Premium. Dark Star. $44 for the monthly. I mean, this plan is like outrageously good. I don't know if your mom necessarily needs this, but it is really good. Oops. This is Benjamin. $44 for unlimited priority data, 200 gigs of hotspot, 4K video streaming on the AT&T network. The other plan that's cheaper is going to be Cricket. It is going to be an annual plan. So, not 100% sure how you feel about that, but Cricket Unlimited 12 months, $25 right there. No hotspot, which is a deal breaker for me, but if your mom's just looking for affordability, this is a really great option on AT&T. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe AT&T Prepaid, another good one. Depends on how much data your mom really needs, but it would be, I think the filter for unlimited is actually kicking this one out. We want like the 15 gig. Yeah, it's this AT&T Prepaid 16 gigs, 12 months. So 16 gigs of high speed and then unlimited at 1.5 megabits per second, which is actually that's usable. 10 gigs of hotspot here, which is great. Love having hotspot data, and then 480p video. So yeah, Benjamin, hopefully that helps answer your question. Really looking at the BYOD Metro plan, the Mint Mobile Unlimited plan, Visible Base would be awesome, and then possibly Cricket or AT&T Prepaid. And then one of the other plans if you wanted something more premium. So yeah, thank you again for your support, and I hope that's helpful, and I hope your mom is able to get a great plan that meets her needs. Septien, get mom the best plan. Best is subjective, right? Maybe best is just most affordable. I know, like my mom, she absolutely loves saving money so she can spend even more money on travel and art supplies. So it's whatever you want. Does, man. Thanks very much. Love your content. Benjamin, you're so welcome. Thank you again for your support. And we did have another super chat in here. Eva Cody 124. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. I have US Mobile Warp because Verizon has better coverage, it seems, in Michigan. But with Dark Star being $35, should I even try using it over the $25 with Warp? Eva Cody, great question. So for those of you who are curious, Eva is asking about US Mobile's plans. And if you're looking at US Mobile's website, they are what appears to be on a heavy push to get people on the AT&T network because their unlimited premium plan, this promo right here, this is only available on their AT&T network, which they call Dark Star. Same with this pricing for unlimited starter, only on Dark Star. And so what Eva Cody sounds like you're asking, you're on US Mobile Warp because Verizon's better coverage. But with Dark Star being 35, I mean, you can do the monthly plan 35 with code full speed. Should you even try it? You know, Eva Cody, I'm going to say no. And, maybe it's worth trying, but I would do Cricket's free trial instead if you want to test out the AT&T network. Take this plan for a spin, see what it's like. I think AT&T themselves have a free trial. Let's pull that up. Yeah, try AT&T Wireless free for 30 days. We've temporarily paused new users on this program due to maintenance. AT&T, what? What is AT&T doing right now? This honestly tracks for them. I feel like from a cellular perspective, their network can be so good, but from like a website, mobile app experience perspective, it just feels so janky sometimes. Anyway, you can do a free trial, which evidently is going to be Cricket now because AT&T is, needs to get their trial working. But yeah, the truth is, Eva Cody 124, I don't think I would recommend it because it sounds like you're already on a plan that meets your needs. So if you upgrade and you get more data, like what are you getting? You're not going to use that data. And it doesn't sound like you're going to be able to use any of the extra hotspot data. And you're going to be paying $10 extra. So my question for you is like, well, how come pay $10 extra for features you're probably not going to need with a network that might not have as good coverage? In my book, I would go with the plan that has the better coverage and that meets your needs at a better price point. So if I were in your shoes, I would stick. That's what I would say. I'm actually on the same plan that you're on, US Mobile Warp on the unlimited starter plan. I'm very happy it meets my needs. And in fact, I'm probably overpaying. I could probably switch to carriers such as MobileX and save even more money. But yeah, if the service doesn't work on AT&T, it's no point in getting it is kind of my take there. But good question nonetheless. Hopefully that helps in some capacity. Let's see, Carter 998. I am stuck between US Mobile and Visible. AT&T is slightly better around here, but Visible has been great during my trial period. Have you tried AT&T already? Or have you tried US Mobile already? Would be my two questions. I mean, you can't go wrong. The good news, Carter, you can't go wrong. Both are excellent plans. If you are a new customer to US Mobile, I think grabbing their unlimited premium plan for 35, superb value. If you wanted to commit to the full year, $29 for their unlimited premium plan is outrageously good. If you're open to annual, I think this plan is a better value than Visible. And I do really like the service and support that US Mobile offers. And I do think they have a really nice mobile app. That said, Visible is great. I use them as well. I think their new plans are awesome. Visible Plus especially is just so good in terms of value. And they support the Apple Watch, which is also great. And US Mobile, they do support Apple Watch, but not on the AT&T network. So yeah, Visible Plus, great plan. It probably comes down to, maybe how much hotspot you're using. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, Carter. They're both great. They're both awesome. If I were in your shoes, I would try and save money, right? I grew up with my mom and she wants to save money for her travel. So I'd be like, yo, unlimited premium, I switched to this. I'm saving money over Visible, even though it's only like $6 a month. I would save that $6. Or at least I would try it and, see what it's like. But it is a year commitment. So if you feel like you're going to be moving sometime soon or something like that, I would give that. Elijah Stetson, does Visible have domestic roaming? How about US Mobile on Darkstar or Warp? Thanks. So good news, US Mobile, well, I guess mixed news. US Mobile on Darkstar, my understanding is you are not getting roaming on Darkstar. That's the AT&T network. My understanding is you do get roaming on the LTE IRA networks on the Warp network. So that's going to be Verizon. And Visible does have domestic roaming. It's actually really great. If you go to Visible's website and you go ahead and you go to plans, see our coverage, they actually kind of outline where their roaming agreements are, which is super cool to see. So this is the network. This is the map. One of the smallest, like you can't full screen it. Should really get the dev team, the web dev team here on the phone. So this is the coverage map. If you're looking at Visible Plus Pro, you can actually zoom in. If we go to our legendary Kentucky, West Virginia area, you can see this sort of pink color. Is that pink? Lavender? It's the extended network. And when it says extended network, that means it is roaming on a partner network. So you are getting roaming on Visible on Verizon. Although I did have someone reach out and say, hey, it does have roaming in a lot of spots, such as this area in Kentucky/West Virginia. I think up in Wisconsin, it's actually roaming on Cellcom too. Yeah, huge roaming area in Wisconsin, but it does miss a couple of roaming spots. I'm not sure what the rhyme or reason would be, but I had someone in Utah saying, there's this network that other carriers roam on that I think Verizon gets access to, but Visible doesn't. So something worth mentioning there. But yeah, it looks like there is some sort of partner network in this part of Utah as well. So yeah, Elijah, hopefully that helps answer your question. You do get roaming on both US Mobile and Visible. It might vary a little bit from what the postpaid carriers offer, but in general, you're getting access to the LTE IRA partners. And at least on the Visible coverage map, you can see where those roaming spots are. Yeah, and Carter's saying visible customer service. Chad's been solid, and so is the service. Yeah, can't complain with that. Oh yeah, there is something worth mentioning for iPhone users, and it's if you're an iPhone user on US Mobile, their Dark Star plan, it doesn't support, at least at the time of this live stream, April 21st, it doesn't support group messaging or visual voicemail. The good news is in iOS 18.5, those features are fixed. And so what we're waiting on right now is for Apple to release iOS 18.5 to the public. And once that comes out and you download it on your iPhone, you will get full feature support on US Mobile Dark Star. But if those features are important to you, group messaging, RCS, and visual voicemail, it might be worth holding off. And actually, for me personally, that would be sort of a deal breaker. I would either sign up for US Mobile on the Warp network, Verizon, which is what I did, which is what I'm on, or I would go with Visible because Visible does support RCS, they do support visual voicemail, and they do support group messaging. And all of those work right out of the box right now on your iPhone when you activate. If you're an Android user, no need to worry. All the features work on US Mobile on AT&T already. This is just an iPhone issue right now. Oh, no one man asking a good question. Seems like a lot of new plans came out this year. We've had like 4 in February already. It's crazy. And they're almost all really good. What do you think is the worst new/changed plan that's come out this year so far? All right. I guess recapping the changes that I can remember off the top of my head, we had Mint Mobile upgrade their unlimited plan. Maybe I should go ahead and compare them. That way, this will help me walk through these plans. So, what plans have we seen change? We had Visible Plus and Visible Plus Pro change. So let's add those. We had Mint Mobile upgrade their plan. Add that to compare. And then we had US Mobile update their unlimited premium plan. Where is that? Unlimited Premium Dark Star. We'll add that. And they upgraded their starter plan. So we'll add that. And then Xfinity also updated their plans. I've not updated this on the website. Oh, but this is great. So it went from 50 gigs to truly unlimited high-speed data, stays at priority, and then it's after 100 gig is deprioritized. That's pretty good. Hotspot got improved too. It got doubled from 15 gigs to 30 gigs. That's not bad at all. All right, we'll add that. Mentally noting that this is the old plan and is not up to date. And then we had Verizon update their plan. Unlimited Ultimate, where is it? Where you at? Add compare. Boom. All right. Noah, man, great question. Oops, I don't know if I actually clicked on that. The website's loading. Okay, it's loading up in the top. You can't see it, but it's thinking. It's thinking. It'll take a couple of seconds. I've got some ideas here. The worst one. I mean, all of these were great, right? So Darkstar literally doubled high speed from 35 gigs to 70 gigs, doubled hotspot from 10 to 20 gigs, kept the same price. Really good. It is $19 a month for new customers. So honestly, very happy with that change. Mint Mobile went from 40 gigs of high speed to now truly unlimited high speed. A great, great upgrade. That was really it. Nothing else exciting. Visible Plus, honestly, Visible crushed it, right? They took their old plan, split it into two. They upgraded that priority data from 50 gigs to unlimited on LTE. Hotspot speeds, 10 megabits per second. Video streaming got upgraded. Just so many great upgrades, and they reduced the price. Darkstar, this launch was an interesting launch. Really solid plan, though. Unlimited high-speed data, unlimited priority on AT&T, 200 gigs hotspot with that tiered system. So 100 gigs full speed, 100 gigs, 8 megabits per second, then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second, 4K streaming. I mean, one of the best plans in the industry. Visible Plus Pro, also one of the best plans in the industry. Unlimited priority, 15 megabits per second hotspot, 4K video streaming. Just so good. And then Xfinity Mobile, we don't have the new plan here, but removing the speed cap. So truly unlimited data, 100 gigs of priority, doubling the hotspot, increasing the video streaming. Just what a great value. And then unlimited ultimate, going from 60 gigs of hotspot to 200 gigs of hotspot and giving you 50% more international data. Wow. So what is the worst change? I would say two things. One, Mint Mobile. It was a great change, but the problem is, right, if you're looking at Mint versus the competition, their $30 plan is an annual plan. And when you compare that to Visible Plus and Visible Plus's annual plan, which comes out, to $31.25 a month. How I know that off the top of my head, don't ask too many follow-up questions on that. But $31.25 a month for Visible Plus annual ends up being cheaper than Mint's plan. And I think Mint, I would love to see either a month-to-month option or a more compelling price point. Like if this plan were $20 a month for the year, which it is right now on promo, that would be insane. So would love to see Mint go ahead and improve this even more because the competition from Verizon just got fierce. And then my other one, it's going to be one of my least favorite upgrades is US Mobile. And it's just because of how many caveats there are to the plan. Like what I loved about US Mobile before with their unlimited premium plan is I could say, hey, you can go with unlimited premium and you get all the same features on all networks, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. It's 100 gigs high speed, 50 gigs hotspot. You just choose what network you want for coverage. I love to be able to say that. And now, even though this plan is incredible and the value is incredible, it is just so confusing now, right? Like you go to US Mobile's website and it's like, okay, there are all these caveats. The unlimited premium price, it's $29, but only for new customers and only for your first 12 months and only on the AT&T network, which is not listed anywhere here. And then it's like unlimited priority data, but asterisk, oops, only on AT&T. Unlimited hotspot, asterisk, oops, also only on AT&T. And then the free smartwatch plan, oh, that's actually only on Verizon. And then international data in 90 countries, well, that's only on AT&T. And then the other networks have different roaming agreements. Like Verizon is 12 countries. International calling and texting, thankfully, that's the same. Free network transfers and the multi-network add-on. So I just, like, the plan is incredible. And I don't want to take away from that. But for me, it's just, it just is so confusing. I mean, what like over half of the line items here have asterisks on them, and you can't even tell what network you're signing up for or how restrictive these deals are. So I think from a sort of, I would say maybe marketing or communication standpoint, how confusing this is for customers. I mean, you literally need to go and like click varies by network and stare at this massive spreadsheet. I mean, to US Mobile's credit and props, they're one of the only carriers that puts together such a comprehensive breakdown of their plans and features. And at the same token, maybe you shouldn't need a huge spreadsheet to compare your different plans and features. Maybe it should be a little bit more upfront. So yeah, that's what I would say. I don't know, Noah man, if that helps answer your question, but like from someone who explains cell phone plans, the amount of caveats in the new Dark Star plan are a little annoying. A phenomenal plan, but just annoying of the caveats. And then Mint, I think I would love to see them bring the competition, and maybe they're doing that with their promos. I would still love to see some extra like a permanent price drop or something. So there you go. Yeah. Butter. Gotta love the stupid asterisks. I know. It's so true. Link is saying I managed to get the $35 promo for Dark Star on US Mobile. Yeah, it's a phenomenal plan. It's a phenomenal plan. You just need to know what you're getting, and they make it possible with that full breakdown, right? Like you can go in and you can check and you can see exactly what you're gonna get on each plan on each network, and so that's great. But yeah, it's kind of hard to explain this. And before it was just so easy. I'd say unlimited premium, 100 gigs high speed, 50 gigs hotspot, and you just pick what network you want for coverage. And now it's it's asterisk city over here, population, US Mobile unlimited premium. There we go. Mystic Q. I'm a US Mobile and I'm happy. I respect it. They're great. I mean, I'm on US Mobile too. Chris Turner. If your grandma tried to sign up for US Mobile, she'd be lost. Yeah. I mean, I think you're right, Chris. There's a lot of nuance to the plans. It's definitely for a more perhaps technologically savvy, advanced, enthusiastic crowd. That's for sure. Yeah, Vartan, you're absolutely correct. Also need to mention customer service on US Mobile is impeccable. Reddit chat service is amazing. Yeah, I mean, Vartan's absolutely right. The good news is, yeah, so I think maybe this could be explained a little bit better. The plan features are now getting so dense that it's getting confusing, which is both pros and cons. Like pro, you're getting all these features, free network transfers. No other carrier offers that. Oops, trying to sign up here. Con, you now need to explain to people what this new feature is. But Vartan's absolutely right. The good news is Reddit customer service and support, very knowledgeable, very quick to take action, really good. And I mean, I need to give a shout out to US Mobile reps. When I ask a question about their plans, they know the answer. Okay. They have the answer. I go to other carriers and I ask questions about their plans, and the reps are clueless. They have no idea about the plan features or the support. And it's kind of frustrating for me personally because I'm like, how do you not know the features of the plan that you are literally offering to people? But the truth is, yeah, their reps, they've got lives outside of helping customers get activated and whatnot. So they don't always know, and the resources provided to them may not be up to date or whatever. So I have some empathy, but US Mobile is definitely above and beyond. The reps know the plans, they know all the features, they know all the details. When I ask a question, they have the answer, and the same simply cannot be said for some of the other carriers. Let's see what we got in the chat. The engine. Every time I tell a friend to sign up for US Mobile, they call me when they're on the website because they can't figure it out. Yeah, it's true. It's like I've gone through the activation flow and I actually think it's pretty easy, but there's a lot of nuance, right? You have a lot of decisions, like what network do you want? And then again, with the promo pricing only being available for certain networks. Elijah D. Stetson, Big Tank said, Stetson, can you explain teleport on US Mobile? If you answer his question, could you also give a live demo of it? Big Tank. I do not know if I can do a live demo of that simply because I am woefully underprepared. I've got a army of phones, a herd, a flock of phones. What do you call a group of phones? A herd, a flock, a collection, a problem, a growing problem. No, I don't genuinely have no idea where my US Mobile line is. So I'm not able to do a live demo of it, but I can explain it. So teleport, you're on US Mobile's website. You're seeing these things called teleports, which they actually rebranded to network transfer. And I really appreciate that because it is much more clear. What does network transfer mean? So network transfer, US Mobile has agreements with AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. All three networks. They call these networks Darkstar, AT&T, Warp, Verizon, and Lightspeed, T-Mobile. They're not allowed to use the big carrier brand names. So that's what they call them. And you can transfer your line between all three of those networks. So Darkstar, Warp, and Lightspeed. And I might be able to demo this a little bit. And so with the free network transfer included, those transfers are always free. And if you have a plan where you don't have the free network transfer, you get your first 2 transfers free and then $2 after that. And let me remove that from the live stream and see if I can just quickly sign in here or slowly sign in as it may be. Basically what you're doing is you are doing an internal port where you're porting your phone number from one network to another network just within the US Mobile system. Pros, you can switch networks, and that's really cool. Cons, sometimes there's a little bit of downtime as your phone number is transferring from one carrier to another. So let me sign in here. I will say trying to type when there's 251 people watching is, it's a little bit more stressful than I'm used to. Boom. Okay. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. All right. Dashboard. Okay. I don't think I'm going to reveal any sensitive information. So I think we're good. Guys, we're in. This is my US Mobile dashboard. Oops. Let's go over here. So the network transfer, make this really big. What you want to do is go to the end game plan, the unlimited premium Darkstar plan. If you click on that, you'll get awesome dashboard, breakdown of your data usage. You can see I haven't really been using it that much recently, but you get a breakdown of your usage, and it's just so satisfying. Anyway, for network transfer, you just go to this switch network button. You click on that, and US Mobile system is going to run a few checks. It's going to say, before we get started, this may cause a brief pause in service. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi. You can do this once every 3 hours, 8 times every cycle. It cannot be reversed immediately. You have to wait at least 3 hours. Click next. It looks like my line is on the Warp network right now. And so I have the option to choose either Darkstar or Lightspeed. And you can tell they are promoting Darkstar because it says recommended. And what you do is just click next. eSIM, physical SIM, next. And then you're just going to enter in your device info, basically your SIM, your what device type, I guess, and then your ICC ID, so iPhone 16, continue, and then confirm transfer. And then you'll get an email once that transfer is complete, and you're going to have to go ahead and activate a new eSIM. And that's how it works. I don't really want to do that right now. Not going to lie. I don't even know which phone that line is on. But that is the process for you. So Elijah, yeah, hopefully that helps. There's your mini live demo of how it works. And there is sometimes a little bit of downtime, right? You go through this process, and depending on how long that port takes, it can be 10, 15 minutes or whatever. So something to keep in mind, but it's super cool and unique feature that, as far as I'm concerned, US Mobile is one of the only carriers, US Mobile and Red Pocket, but Red Pockets, you actually forfeit your balance during that billing cycle, and it's like you're signing up for a new plan mid-cycle. I was looking for that. Oops, sorry about that. It's hard because I'm like the monitor's over here, but I look this way so I can be more looking at the screen at the chat while I'm talking. And I am like looking at my computer monitor through the share screen. Like I'm looking at what you guys see. And so if there's a comment that's covering the UI, then I missed that. The Engine, thank you for keeping us updated on Twitter. The Engine, you are most welcome. All right, Marcelo, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Thank you for your comment. With MobileX, what speed are you throttled down to after using 199 gigabytes? I don't know. I think your data might actually be shut off after 199 gigabytes. I will text someone at at MobileX and then let you know what the answer is. And I'll see if I can actually do that and then post the answer in a comment on this replay. If it is unlimited, it would be at least 512 kilobits per second, because I think the FCC made a ruling. They actually got upset at it was Mint Mobile and their previous unlimited plan, and they made it so it was 512 kilobits per second. So something like that. Vartan, Stetson, US Mobile selling Pixel 9 for $400. Thoughts? Vartan, I see your US Mobile Pixel 9 deal, which you probably scooped from my dashboard. Where did that go? We'll pull it up on stream just so you guys can check it out. Pro, where is it? I need dashboard. Just click on the logo, I guess. Perfect. That's what I needed. Boom. Get a Pixel 9a, Pixel 9 for 50% off, or buy Pixel 9, get a Pixel 9a free, or $400 off a Pixel 9 Pro. Oh, it's just such good Pixel deals. So Vartan, I see the US Mobile Pixel deals, and I will raise you a Swappa Pixel deal. So check this out. Pixel 9 Pro. Let's just do a regular 9 Pro. $544 is what these are starting at, unlocked. We'll do good condition. 624. Man, that's actually more expensive than I thought. So US Mobile, what are they doing? $400 for a Pixel. Okay, that's Pixel 9. So 9 Pro. They say they're doing Pixel 9 XL. There's no Pixel 9 Pro specifically listed here. So let's adjust this and do Pixel 9 Pro XL. 575. Wait, did this just get cheaper? No way. Yeah, that's right. Filter condition, good. 625. Maybe we do all conditions. What we got cooking? 624? No, 642, excuse me. 642 mint unlocked Obsidian for a 9 Pro XL. That is so good. Checks US Mobile. Pixel 9 Pro XL, $699. Vartan, you can get a mint Pixel 9 Pro XL instead of $600, $700, $642. Save money on Swappa. So yeah, what US Mobile's offering is great. It's a really good deal, and you can get an even better price if you're open to buying gently used on Swappa. Let's see what Pixel 9 is going for. Pixel 9 starting at $300. No way. Yeah, that's what I thought. $460 for good. Mint, $490 for mint. I mean, that's still $438 Obsidian good. I mean, these are kind of awful photos, actually. But the pricing, let's see if we can get someone that's a little bit better. $450 unlocked Obsidian good. Much better photos. It looks like some scratches on the back glass. That's nothing I'd be concerned about. It's just the screen that you want to be in good condition. Yeah, it looks good to me. I mean, I'd buy it. I'd use it. Hopefully that's a hair. That's just gross. That you don't take pictures with hairs on your phone. But anyway, $450. And if we check US Mobile, I mean, they're giving you the 9A for free if you buy a Pixel 9. So that's a really good combo. And then Pixel 9 for $400. That is less than Swappa. So that's a great deal. I would say Pixel 9, great deal. 9 Pro XL, not a good deal. Pixel 9, get a Pixel 9a for free. Also a great deal. That's what I'd say. Vishal, try the Pixel 9a. It's all the phone you need. Love it. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a really affordable phone. Great colorways. I say that and I'm like, I would totally get the black one. The Engine, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I wish my streaming service could show the sticker. It looks like we got a guy that's saying cool. So appreciate that. Chris Turner, any idea why Verizon has given Visible such fantastic plans, but has left Verizon Prepaid dying on the vine? Chris, that's a great question. Yes, I have educated guesses I can make about this. And my educated guess is one, Visible online only. So immediately saves, like, if someone's going into a Verizon store, Verizon wants that person on a postpaid plan. They don't want reps pushing prepaid, selling prepaid, really looking at prepaid, having anything to do with prepaid. They want postpaid, right? They want their unlimited ultimate plan. They want people on that. And so really Verizon Unlimited Prepaid, or Verizon Prepaid rather, is there just for people who walk into a Verizon store who might not have the credit score that's required to sign up for postpaid. And so if that's the case, then the rep says, oh, no worries, we have prepaid, you have this. It's just so that the reps have an option to give someone so that person can sign up for at least a plan and service. And then Visible, like when people think of Verizon, they're comparing Verizon to AT&T, Verizon to T-Mobile, right? And then if you think of the other plans like Cricket or Metro by T-Mobile, they're comparing those plans to Visible. And Verizon really wanted Visible to stand out in that market of prepaid plans. And so really like Visible is less so competing with Verizon directly and more so competing with Metro by T-Mobile, with Cricket Wireless, with Mint Mobile, and that's the audience. Those are the people who are aware of prepaid. They're smart, they're savvy, they know they can get the same coverage for much less, and those are the people that Visible is competing for. And so I think most new customers, like Verizon isn't really losing customers from postpaid going to Visible. They're trying to steal customers from Mint, from Metro, and from Cricket, from those other carriers onto Visible. Like Verizon just wants as many people total on their network as possible to be making the most money. So I think those are my theories why, like, Verizon doesn't care about Verizon Prepaid. Very few people, actually almost no one should sign up for Verizon Prepaid. It's just like a last ditch effort in some scenarios. So yeah, Mystic Q, it's invisible. I do. My friend Roger jokes about that. He says Visible is the invisible brand because people don't know about it, and they're skeptical about it. But the truth is, it's incredible. Stink Bomb, Mr. Cricket over here. Hey, Stetson, love the vids. Thank you very much. I have a question. When I try to send a text, even if I have full bars, it takes 1 to 5 minutes to send on Verizon Unlimited Welcome. How do I fix that? I guess the question is if it's a text message, an RCS message, or an iMessage. If it's an iMessage and you're on Unlimited Welcome, it does kind of sound like the network might be deprioritized. So the phone is having trouble sending it because the network is a little bit busy. That says text message is pretty light data wise. So yeah, I genuinely don't know how to quote unquote fix that. It's probably network related. Easy options I would suggest trying: the airplane mode on and off, the phone reboot, and then what am I looking for? Software update. If you're somehow out of date, give that a try. So what do we got? Oh no. No one, man, this hurts my soul to read. I told one of my friends to get AT&T Prepaid. AT&T Prepaid, by the way, great plans. All right. Some of the best plans on AT&T alongside Cricket. Sounds like, all right, he went to the store and they upsold him to the AT&T Value Plus plan. No, that is the single worst plan AT&T offers. Guys, check this out. It is so bad. Noah, man, this hurts my soul. I wish we could have saved your friend, accompanied him to the store, fought for him, made sure he got a plan that was actually a good value, unlike the ironically named Value Plus plan. For those of you who are curious, Value Plus isn't showing up. Let me reset my filters. One line. Here it is. Oh no. Oh God. Why is it so bad? AT&T Value Plus. $51 a month before tax. So your friend is easily paying. Well, let's find out. Boom. Probably around $60, $61.25. Is that right? Damn, $10 in taxes and fees. That could be high, you guys. Not gonna lie, that could be high. But taxes and fees on Cricket, or excuse me, on AT&T, they're high. It's unlimited. It's fully deprioritized. There is no hotspot. It is 480p video. Hurts my soul. Could have gotten, I mean, probably what no one meant. I'm assuming it's like AT&T Prepaid, unlimited. Any of I mean, even the basic unlimited plan, $50 plus tax. So already $1 cheaper. Taxes and fees on prepaid are less for some reason. You're going from no hotspot to 5 gigs of hotspot. That's awesome to see. And then if you wanted to do prepaid unlimited max, oh, now you're talking 50 gigs priority, 25 gigs hotspot, 4K video streaming. Oh my God. No, man, I'm just so sorry. Just like a moment of silence for the fallen. Moment of silence for the fallen. Yeah. All right, what else we got? Oh, Sonic the Anonymous Hedgehog giving us tips. You can waive AT&T Prepaid's taxes and fees simply by buying gift cards at Target. That is genius. A little inconvenient, but genius nonetheless. Slampleton 71. Am I crazy for sticking with AT&T Prepaid because I love Active Armor? We need to do a bit of preliminary research here. What is AT&T Active Armor? Looks like it's some sort of cybersecurity. All right, block spam calls. It looks like it might have a VPN built in. Okay, they have security-related patents to keep you safe. That seems like they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel for marketing terms right there. I'm gonna say, yeah, okay, VPN. I was right. Cool. ID monitoring. All right, maybe that's not bad. Do I want to know how much this costs? Is it included? Our free security apps. I'm gonna say no. I don't think you're crazy. If you're paying for this, maybe there's other options that are more affordable. But just looking at it now, I think you're fine. I think you're fine, especially if it's free. An AT&T Prepaid, I think the plans they're a good value on AT&T. They're not screaming good. They're not US Mobile good, but they're reasonable. They're reasonable. Let's see what we got. Someone's saying AT&T Active Armor did not allow my AT&T hotspot to work on my S24 Ultra. So interesting. Zestiny is saying no shot it's included. Looks like something boomers eat up. Yeah, maybe. Hey, the VPN, that's a legit feature. Call blocking. I feel like I'm trying to justify it now. I haven't used it. I don't know if I'd ever use it. Oh, it sounds like free or premium for $4. I guess, look, if you feel like you're getting good use and value out of it, who am I to judge you for using this service? It looks like they're, if they're offering features you use and enjoy, I would say go for it. I would probably switch to US Mobile and save money, but that's just me. Yeah. Oh, yet another super chat. Deasley, oh, gee, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Kind of off topic. Any experience with RCS waiting for activation on iOS? No matter the carrier I use, RCS is stuck. Been going crazy trying to figure it out. Man, Deasley OG, I am so sorry. I don't have that experience. I grabbed US Mobile and I got lucky. Verizon rolled out their RCS feature, and I think it just works. Unfortunately, I mean, fortunately for me, but unfortunately for you. Yeah, messages. Let's check it out. iMessage, text message forwarding. Yeah, RCS messaging. It's just it's on for me. So I'm sorry to say I don't have any experience with that. Just looks like it's good for me on US Mobile. Would definitely try the classic software update, the reboot, the hate to say it, but the software reset, it might be worth it in that case. And then Reddit, see if anyone on Reddit has any answers. That's usually my my default. Oh no, I don't know the answer to this. Check Reddit. Yeah, I am one lucky one. If I come up with something, I'll let you know. And then there was a super chat. Someone said, "Did I miss your super chat?" It was Dawn. Dawn, I'm so sorry. You're absolutely right. I completely missed your super chat. The chat was going and I was distracted. Dawn asks, please give your opinion on Xfinity Mobile's new premium plan. I think it is a great, great value. Now, you can get a better plan, right? And so I'll show you what I mean. Unfortunately, there's no great way to do this because I have to update my website, but we can try. So Xfinity Mobile, we're going to is the premium plan right here. Add to compare, and we'll go ahead and grab, what was the other one? Visible Plus is what I want for sure. And we'll over here, why not grab Visible Plus Pro? All right, compare these. Let's quickly, I think the website's loading. Yeah, it's so slow. I wish I could fix that. All right, we have 4 minutes and then I have to end the stream. Mostly because the streaming service I use, StreamYard, they will make automated like shorts or snips from the live stream, and they will only do it if it's 2 hours or under. So I will end it as fast as possible. So Unlimited Plus, this is actually unlimited priority, or excuse me, it's 100 gigs priority and then deprioritized. So keep that in mind. So you can get for $15 less, I think you can get a better plan from Visible, right? Unlimited priority, 10 megabits per second hotspot. Video streaming is better on the new Unlimited Plus plan that I don't have here. It would be 4K and then 30 gigs of high-speed hotspot. So great plan. And if you do bundle it with the internet and you're able to do device deals, like Xfinity does typically have, better device promos. But I would also say, like, take a look at doing what the cost would be for going with Visible Plus for 35, and then what is this website? All right, here we go. Sorry about that, you guys. Oh man, 3 minutes. Jeez. Bring your own shop deals. So if you grab a deal from Xfinity, you get a good plan and you get a good deal. Look, iPhone 16 on us, right? Like, that's a great offer. $500 to pay back your current phone contracts. S25 on us, also great offer. So Xfinity Mobile, they have the better offers. They have a good plan. And if you bundle it with their home internet, you can probably save and get a really good overall package. But I would take a look at considering grabbing Visible Plus and just paying for internet at full price. And we had another super chat. Deasley OG, no. LG times TM74. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. I got an experience recently. So I used to not get access to Verizon 5G standalone. So I went to Verizon Corp store in Atlanta. They gave me 3 years free perk and reduced the price to $65 a month. Unlimited Plus plan. Wow. That is awesome. I mean, definitely shows you that going to a Verizon corporate store can be worth it over a third-party reseller, and definitely a pro move. So $65 a month is a pretty great value for Unlimited Plus right there. Don, you're welcome. And yeah, all right, I think that's it. We are very close to that 2-hour mark. So I want to take a moment to thank all of you for showing up, for watching me talk about cell phone plans. I love answering your questions. It just literally brings a smile to my face, and hearing people who chime in with how much money they've saved, people who have switched plans, helping people find that great plan for their mom. So yeah, thank you so much for showing up. Carter, how often are there streams? Carter, I go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I send out an email in my newsletter on Monday as well. So you get that notification. Sippo D, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna have time to answer the question. We got to end it. Thank you all so much for showing up. If you enjoyed this stream, please click the thumbs up button, send it to a friend. I will be rewatching the live stream immediately and adding timestamps to help you all out. So there you go. All right. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday as well. Peace.